The design of the Dillon XL-750 makes it difficult to populate all stations for a bullet feeder setup, but this product from Double Alpha provides the answer, and that's what we're going to examine in this video. Gavin here from UltimateReloader.com. In this video, we're going to pick up where I left off in my unboxing, overview, setup, loading 223, loading 45 ACP video. That was my comprehensive first video, specifically showing the Dillon XL-750. I also have a second video comparing the XL-650 to the XL-750 that you're going to want to check out as well. Now it's time for a bullet feeder. In this video, we're going to look at the extra short powder bar for Dillon powder measures from the Double Alpha Academy and learn how this corrects one of the issues that you're going to run into with a bullet feed setup specifically for the XL-750. In the next video, we're going to take a look at the Mr. Bullet Feeder conversion kit. You've seen a couple videos where I've loaded 9mm with the Mr. Bullet Feeder, both on the Mark 7 Evolution and on the Dillon RL1100. We're going to take a look at what's included in a conversion kit specifically for 45 cal for the 45 ACP ammunition that we're going to be loading and all the different steps that are required to perform a caliber change. So let's take a look at the Station Utilization configuration that I'm going to use for this bullet feeder setup, and we'll talk about some of the issues and the solution to those issues. So station number 1 is sizing and depriming. Station number 2 is going to be case mouth expansion, the flaring, and powder charging. Station number 3 will be a magnetic powder check from Double Alpha. Station number 4 is going to be the bullet dropper, and station number 5 is going to be combined seating and crimping. Because we're using so many stations, we're basically adding 2 functions. We're adding a powder check and we're adding the bullet drop die. We only have 1 spare station. That means that we need to combine that seating and crimping. I don't like to do that, but it's not a huge deal, and it's going to give us this great and very safe bullet drop and powder check configuration. So the issue comes in station number 4. You'll notice if you look at the Dillon XL-650, which a lot of you are familiar with, the powder measure kind of points backwards, and when the powder bar slides back, it's essentially going to be over station number 1. But for the XL-750, it was swung back, and the slider bar slides right back in the pathway vertically here over station number 4, where we're going to have that bullet dropper. The Double Alpha extra short powder bar is going to fix this issue, because when that bar slides back, it's so much shorter, it's not going to interfere with that bullet dropper. There's a little Allen key in here that we can use to make that powder charge weight adjustment. Totally not a problem. So next, I'm going to take things apart. I'm going to show you how to install this extra short powder bar. So I got the powder measure all torn down and ready to roll. I removed the safety return rod. I loosened the clamp on the powder measure, lifted it off the powder die, and dumped the remaining CFE pistol that was in the hopper back into the powder canister. I then took a 3/8" wrench and a 5/32 Allen key and loosened the clamp on the powder measure linkage. That enables you to slip the powder bar out. There's this little white square with the hole in the middle. You're going to want to hold on to that as well. And we can see here side by side that the internals are very similar between the 2 bars. The biggest difference is this big section on the back here where you've got the familiar Dillon nut to tighten and loosen to change the powder charge is basically non-existent. We can take a 2.5mm Allen key and then turn the screw that's going to change our powder charge. So it's basically just a drop-in replacement. Now I already have my 6.0 grains of CFE pistol dialed in, so what I thought I would do is take a quick distance measurement. I already took a look at the profiles. They're pretty much the same between this metering insert area here and the one on the Double Alpha super short bar. So I need about 235 to be dialed in. Another way I could do this even more simply is to kind of stack them on top of each other. 235 should get me close. That way I don't have to spend too much time fiddling around with the setting. Okay, getting it pre-dialed that way. Where are we at now? We're at 255. It's marked right on here, minus and plus. So that's kind of nice to know which direction to turn it. 250. Okay. 235 on the nose. That should be pretty close. Now we're going to carefully insert the bar. Get our little white square in place. Lift the linkage bar there. Okay, snap that in place. Now we've got our 3/8" wrench. I'm just going to kind of hold on the back. 5/32 Allen key and give this a mild tighten. Okay, there's a spring washer there. So what I do is I tighten it and then I just back it off a little bit. And we're going to want to make sure if we pinch these together that we can actuate the slider. That slides really nice and free. So I'm ready to put this back on the press. We're going to fill it up with powder and we're going to see how it works and also how close I got to my 6.0 grains of CFE pistol. So I got the powder measure back on the press and I've filled it up once again with Hodgdon CFE pistol. And I've got a primed case zeroed out on my scale here. So let's see how close I got with my measurements. I ran this about 20 times or so to get the powder settled in. 5.4. That would say we need to add quite a bit there. 5.6. Things are still settling in a little bit. Let's give it one more try to see what our baseline is here. 5.5. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reference the handy little marks on the end of the extra short powder bar. We're going to go plus 1, 2, 3 clicks and see what that does with CFE pistol. I'm going to run it once and give it one more time to let it settle into that minute powder charge delta that we just applied. See where that takes us. 5.8. Okay, so let's go 3 more in the positive direction. 1, 2, 3. And this, I'm thinking, is going to get us real close to our goal, if not on. Again, we're going to do one. We're going to follow that up with another. Make sure everything is relatively consistent. 5.9. Okay, let's do 2 in a row here to see where we're settling in at. With this setup, I'm going to say we should get 10th grain consistency. 6.1, one more time. Plus or minus 0.1 will be fine for this load. Whoops, I saw a little spillage there. My jerkiness. Okay, more carefully this time. 5.9. Okay, so we're hovering between 5.9 and 6.1. Let's get the press run up and load some ammo. Okay, so we've confirmed our powder charge. I've got some cases in the case feeder. I've got a few primers left before I need to reload. Let me review that load with you. We've got 6 grains of Hodgdon CFE pistol. We've got Barry's 230 grain plated hollow base round nose. And then we've got Winchester large pistol primers. Use this load data at your own risk. Cross-reference with manufacturer's load data. See that full disclaimer in the video description. This has been a great load for me. It performs really well. I've removed my case feed override wire. That's a little DIY project that you can take on to shut off your case feed. We should be good to confirm our charge. This is just such a smooth running press. Okay, we're gonna place bullets at station number 4. Little bug fell down that had been living somewhere. Okay, looks like we're doing good. Would be nice to have a bullet feeder though. And that's what we'll cover in the next video. Okay, I've only got about 2 primers left, so I'm going to stop right there. So we've completed the first part of the Mr. Bullet Feeder setup for the Dillon XL-750. The Double Alpha extra short powder bar is available directly from Double Alpha. I looked and it was under 35 bucks, which is a great deal because it solves the issue here with the bullet feeder setup. The XL-750 screams for a bullet feeder. I'm going to show you a little bit of a preview right now of that full setup running because I know you're going to not want to wait for that specific video. I'm happy with this setup, and we're going to crank out some major ammo once we get that bullet feeder completely dialed in and the conversion from 9mm, which I had that Mr. Bullet Feeder setup on the other press for, completed with the XL-750. Here's what I'd like to know is, what do you think of this extra short powder bar? Do you have a 750 and have you been waiting for a solution to this station number 4 issue? Please drop a comment and we'll start a discussion. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications because you're not going to want to miss part 2 of this particular story and all of the other high volume content that I've got coming up here on Ultimate Reloader. Plus, links down in the video description. I'm on Patreon. I've got Ultimate Reloader shirts at the Ultimate Reloader store, and that first link in the video description will link to a full article that has links to product pages and more information. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, happy shooting and happy reloading.